The Spanish mackerel is a large pelagic predator that is highly sought after by line fishermen and spear fishermen alike. They can grow in excess of 50 kilograms, but early in the season around Christmas time, they're much more common around that 8 kilo mark. As autumn rolls around, typically the size of the fish increases as well. When the Spanish are really on, it's not uncommon to see shoals of over 100 fish. Here is a typical example of your average size early season mackerel, around 6 kilos. The safest shot on a Spanish mackerel is between the anal and dorsal fins, mid-body. If you can place the spear out the other side, it's really difficult to lose the fish. When shot here, Spanish have a really hard first run, unless of course you hit the spine. Following the first big run, Spanish often tire out very quickly. Always be mindful of where your reel line or rig line is situated when you're landing these fish. You don't want to get tangled up. You don't always find these fish in clear blue water. Often the coastal areas can be very dirty. The mid-body shot is designed to inhibit the fish's ability to swim. Sometimes this is more successful than others. I like to call this the Spanish skewer.
Hey readers of SDM, summer's in full swing at the moment. Right here in Brisbane Day, it's forecast to be 43 degrees. Cicadas in the tree above us, and what's the great thing about summer is mackerel have arrived and they're here in big numbers. Today I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to fillet a mackerel. I like to start from the head and work my way back. Most guys like to start from the tail and work forward, but I find it easier to do it here. Quick cut behind the pec fin, work your way down the side, get to the back of the fish, over that backbone, run it down, and then inside there quickly, fold it back, the pin bones, get right in there so you don't waste too much meat. I like to cut over the rib cage. Fold it over. Start again. No wastage, great fish, very little left over.
This summer off Brisbane, the sharks have been really ravenous. Although the mid-body shot is a nice safe shot, sometimes you just got to go for that head shot, otherwise you risk getting your fish vaporised by sharks. A lethal head shot will greatly reduce your chances of losing your fish to sharks. This day the sharks were so bad that even though Tim stoned this mackerel, he has to keep a close watch to make sure the sharks don't eat his fish. When shot in the head, mackerel often come up face first. You have to be really careful of their razor sharp teeth. This one tried to rearrange Tim's face. It probably would have helped considering he's the ugliest bloke I know.
Right now we're going to skin these fillets, and I find that if you try and take it all in one go, you end up with skin on the fillet. So I like to split mine down the middle here, run just down beside the pin bones. Split it open, like so, and then cut into small sizes that'll fit into the Ziploc bags. Now the other side, you need to drop out these pin bones. So you run down through there. Generally you can get a hold of them and pull the whole lot with the red of the meat out. Helps them to freeze a little bit better when the red's not in there. Again, cut them up in the small sizes to go into the Ziploc bags, depending on the size of your bags.
Once you've processed your mackerel, you'll end up with a nice pile of fillets like this. I like to bag them up in Ziploc bags, put a label on there with a Nico, just so you know when it was shot and what it is. Makes it a bit easy when you're getting meals out of the freezer. I tend to make smaller packets than larger ones because it's easier to get more fish out of the freezer than have wastage. Ziploc them up, almost up, dunk them in the water, not filling up with water obviously, but then seal the Ziploc. Almost like a poor man's vac bagging. Stacks nice in the freezer. Summer's in full swing and a few better fish have finally rolled around. These ones probably around the 10 kilo mark, and yeah, they've shown up in big numbers. Go out and get them. Because it's about 4 million degrees in Brisbane today, our water in our bucket's evaporated. So we have to do things the old way, and yeah, we just vacuum it with our lungs. Anyway, it seems to work alright, and I find the extra exercise on my lungs really helps my diving.